Hey, it's Christy from Christy Planning Out, and welcome back to another week. Planning with me. We are planning for the very last week in February, February 23rd through March 1st, and I am happy to have you here. I have my Hobonichi weeks health and fitness tracker, and I plan on working out my plans today for this. So let's get into it. I have some stickers that are, I've had them in my stash for a couple, I'll say a little bit over a year, almost 2 years, I guess. And I took them off their individual stickers. I placed them in my reusable sticker book so I can get them off. But we're going with a coffee theme and some scrap paper. And I don't have a kit, but we're gonna make this work um, for this week's plan. So I've already whited out the bottom, and I'm going to set up my trackers first, so we can get those out the way. I have my glue stick, some Tombows, and let's get into this. All right. I hope your week has been going well. Well, I hope you had a good last week, let's say. Today is Sunday, the day I'm recording this, so it's the start of a new week. Last week, and I have my anxiety tracker and mood tracker at the top. We still feeling our way around, but I was tracking blood pressure and glucose numbers and any appointments I had. So this week, I'm probably going to stick very close to that setup. So I'm going to go over three spaces and start my line here. Let me get that in there. Want to go down. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 from the top and 3 from the right. So I'm trying to get this down to science so I don't have to squeeze in squeeze in any lines. I'm trying to avoid that. So anyway, I've been doing well. It has been a kind of long weekend. It started on Friday, uh, Friday being the February 20th, and that was my mom's birthday, and it was just a hard day for me all the way around. And then later on in the day, my daughter told me her husband went to the hospital and they ended up keeping him, and he was having back spasms, and it he's still in the hospital now. They said that no surgery is required right now at the moment, but they have him in there treating him for pain. So I had my grandkids from late Friday all the way till about 2 o'clock this afternoon, and it's I have three grandchildren, and when all three come, it can be a lot. And I guess because maybe where I started, I wasn't already feeling that great. But anyway, we got through it. But I was tired. Lord knows I was tired. And my daughter was, Mom, why don't you hurry up and go drop them off? I had to drop them off with the other grandparents. And I just couldn't get my stuff together to do that. So make a spot for the headers. And we got them dropped off. We went and ate some dinner. And then when I got home, I crashed. I was just tired. Okay, so I have a spot for my mood tracker and then a spot for my anxiety tracker. And this is just to help me kind of watch how everything's going for me. Am I, having a hard time or whatever? That just helps me get a mental recap. I also do a spot for meal planning. I need to be very intentional with meal planning, and sometimes I just don't have energy. Sometimes I do. But I'm trying to lock in, lock out, lock in and lock down, not ordering food, eating outside the house. That's expensive. Nobody got time for that. And so that's that's important there. And then the last section is for any health related to dos. And I'm gonna leave a bigger section this time because I have a lot of things I need to get accomplished this week. So as that is drying, we're gonna lay down. Move this out. Move this over. Lay down my dates and date the day of the week and the dates. So I have these stickers, these headers from Pookie Bear Cuties. You get quite a bit of labels on the week on the sheet. So, and to make these fit, I'm gonna try to get these all laid down, but I will overlap the hearts so they'll fit. Yep. And so, I mean, my grandbabies, I love them with all my heart. They can just run me out. To be honest, just it's just too much. They have a lot of energy. Mainly the boys, they have a lot of energy, and the youngest one is a handful. So he's 3. He'll be 4 in April, but uh, he can be a lot at times. So the energy get used a lot when they're here. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna use this Wednesday. So I'm gonna cut this because I don't want it to go into the way that is on this paper. I don't want it to go in at a different level. I want to keep it at the same height, but um, we have to figure this out. Okay, so if I cut Wednesday and make it 2 layers, it might not be as bad. So I struggle with putting that down. We're gonna make it work though. Basically, we just need to say Wednesday, and we'll put WD on the top and put NESD on the bottom, and then Thursday we can keep that right there. Scoop, scoop, scoop. And Friday, put that over here. Saturday and Sunday. Yep. So the week went by pretty smooth. I only had a 4-day work week, and actually technically I only had 3 days because I only signed on for like an hour or two for work on Friday. But it was my brain was all over the place, and I don't need to not have my head together when I'm working because my job is very important and I don't want to make any mistakes. So I ended up leaving. I had all my work done that I needed to do, and I left work early. So I'm gonna put the dates along the side, and because I don't read sideways, I mean I don't care about the actual day of the week being sideways, but I'm gonna use these numbers horizontally. Yeah, and the 25th. We have the 26th. February flew by. We already at the end of the week. It is mind blowing. Let me jump down here. We need a 26th. And March is knocking on the door. And the 27th. March is my birthday month, and it's my grandson's birthday month, and I have a couple other cousins' birthday in March. So it's a lot of birthdays that take place in the month. And Sunday is the first. We need to put that down. Okay. So I have all those filled in. Have that out the way. I probably, we're here now. So this should be dry. I shouldn't have any smudges with that. And let me see, I want to put something at the bottom, put some highlighters, put some washi tape at the bottom. Looking for some browns. And lo and behold, I don't have any browns. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, so I pulled out two washies to make sure I had enough space to cover up. This coffee one is from Once More with Love, and then we just have a simple grid one. So we're going to use the grid first and put this at the bottom, and then we'll overlay it with the decorative. So I had to get up and go get my other stash of washi tape. Sometimes I have it out, and sometimes I don't. I have to go look in my storage and see what uh, what do I have. I got rid of tons of stuff. I downsized. I probably a whole shoebox full size, one of those storage boxes full of washi, and because it was just too much before we moved. But then that allowed me to see what I really have. Sometimes you can have too many things. I know that's hard to believe, but it's true. You can have too many things. And so I'm going to leave that up before I put this next washi down. Pull this up a little bit and put that down. Put the second washi down. I'm just going to cover this up right there. And let's see. Put this over here. Put that down there. And then put this bottom over here. And this one over here. All right, and then we're gonna go with the decorative on top. Yeah, and so we are coming into March. Supposed to have family visiting sometime this month. Not sure. I mean, sometime next month. I'm trying to make sure everything is prepared and all things. The question I have a lot is, oh, I know y'all still moving in. We are gonna be good as we are, and I know people being considerate because like my husband had surgery and stuff, so we didn't have a lot of extra time. He was sick, and I'm gonna cut this edge off. I just want a corner around that to give me a corner edge. He was sick, and he just get busy with recovery and all that stuff, which is totally, and I appreciate the consideration. So, but it's about good as it's going to be. I have two for the new skates. I have a soft tip and a hard tip, and I'm trying to see which one is which. That's a soft tip. This one's the hard tip. Okay, so yeah, just trying to get that straight, and then I have to travel in April, head to California again. So I don't know. It's just been a year going by. Time slow downs for no one. So I'm gonna write my mood and anxiety, and then meal planning, and reminders. And these are all things health for everybody. And then I'm going to draw in my lines for my weeks, um, the week's weather, and um, weather, and then a spot to track, maybe micro journal or write down if I exercise, and track the days I do my blood pressure and glucose and things like that. Any important things that I don't want to forget to do, or forget that if I did, I want to track the results that I did it. So that's the most important. Um, so I'll put weather over here, the micro journaling, or something eventful that day, and then any numbers if I exercise on this column. So I'm going to fill in my weather. No, we're gonna decorate first. I did it the opposite, the other way. So I have some paper, that these little pieces of paper. Now I think I got these from Temu, honestly. Um, I know how some people feel like you shouldn't support Temu and stuff, but I'm sorry. As long as I don't notice it and they're stealing somebody's artwork, that's when I really pay attention. But other than that, I'm gonna get what I can get off of wherever I can get it the cheapest, because this is the decorative part of it is just a hobby. So I'm going to use that at the top. I have my Zig two-way glue, and I'm going to use that to fill it, to put some tape, some glue on the back. I'm just going to do a little amount because this is on the thin Tombow River paper, and I don't want it to soggy up the paper. So I'm going to put this up here. And we'll use some of these stickers that we have. I just wanted to, we're going to layer that up, and let's see, put it in the corner here. No. Put a thin piece there and glue that on. And it'll just kind of give us a border right there. I'm going to use some stickers to edge that down. So we have some coffee spills. I think this is cute, and like somebody set their coffee down on the planner. I'm gonna roll that in. Okay, so we're gonna get this done. I'm not gonna use that one right there. That's a pretty big sticker. So I'm gonna put some of these smaller stickers over here. I like the coffee stain look, so I'm gonna drop that down there, push that in, and then we have a doily with some coffee stains. I'm gonna cut this in half and do a edge. It's not a lot of space to be on that's available when you use large stickers. I'm gonna make this work. I'll put this between. Let's put this up here. So you have a coffee bean sticker. Again, we'll do some cutting so I can fit this into a narrower space. Let's drop this in over here on this side. Pick that up a little bit. All right. And then how about right here in this scene? And we have a coffee board. It's like a chalkboard in front of a cafe. And that almost didn't want to make it. So I'm going to set this right. Let's put this on this edge right here. And one more. These are really big compared to the size of the Hobonichi weeks. So I'm just going to cut that edge and stick this somewhere. No. Okay. Cut this way. Put that down. All right. So now I'm gonna fill in my weather and details, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my trackers updated with the days of the week and the numbers, and moved in my emoji faces with my weather wrote in. Now that I see more space, I can add in the remaining stickers um, to make sure I had space for everything I wanted to write down. That helped a lot with just knowing where exactly they were going. So I'm going to lay down a coffee pot and maybe one more um, nod to coffee here with the Paris thing, coffee house. Love a good Aqua Tower. And that's pretty much it. I am going to use this space for any appointments. Right now, I don't have anything appointments. I have a few things I need to do and next week to get taken care of. Um, I'm gonna do this with. I guess I can uh, reminders. Check blood pressure. Um, and check glucose. I think the last one I wanted to make sure um, still locking down doctors. So that's it. But I appreciate you hanging out with me. This is the Punish Spread for this week. I like the theme of coffee. We're in the last week of February, going into March. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you like my videos, please consider hitting the thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and sharing this video with somebody that it could be helpful with. Other than that, I hope to catch you